In this video, we are going to review the first section on the Canix mobile app, Plants. We're going to go ahead and tap on Plants. The Quick Actions section at the bottom center of the screen is going to guide you through every phase during your planting process. We'll start from the beginning and tap on Create Plantings, the green square. We are going to treat this like we're creating plantings for the very first time. When we tap on Create Plantings, it's going to ask us what do we want to choose from. We can either tap Clone or Seed, which is derived without a parent, or directly from a mother plant. For this example, we are going to tap on Clone or Seed. This is going to bring us to information we need to fill out. First, starting with the batch tag. Now, when you tap on batch tag, you can either use your next available tag, or if you know the tag number, you can manually type it in. It will show you that the tag number is valid because all 12 numbers have been filled in. But the quickest way to implement your batch tag is by using the barcode scanner. We'll tap on the barcode scanner icon. And when the scanner loads, it's very important that your tag position is in the vertical direction. You'll see, as we scan over, the tag number populates immediately. But it's very important. Canix tags must be 12 characters long. We're just going to show that demo again. Scan, and the tag populates. We'll just leave this tag number as is for the time being. Next, it's going to ask us if we want to clone or seed. In this case, we will choose clone. It will then ask us for the strain. You can either type the name of the strain in the search bar, identified by the magnifying glass, or you could just scroll through the multiple strains you have to choose from. In our case, we know the strain we want to work with is cookie dough. So we'll go ahead and tap cookie dough. It's going to ask us for the room. You can choose any room at your facility where you handle your immature plants. For us, we will make it the default room. For number of plantings, this is the individual number of plants you will have in this specific batch. Let's just go ahead and max it out at 100 plantings. And for the planet date, we're just going to set it as today's date for day 1 of these plantings. So now you have your batch tag, which shows as valid. It's a clone for the cookie dough strain. These plantings will be located in the default room. 100 total individual plantings for this batch on Tuesday, March the 2nd. You can go ahead and tap Create 100 Plantings in Canix at the bottom of the screen. It's going to say, you want to submit 100 plantings? Yes, we do. But watch what happens when we submit 100 plantings of cookie dough. The app is saying we cannot create these plantings because this batch tag has already been used. It's important to remember just because the tag is valid does not mean it's available for use. So the option we should choose is the next available tag. So now we have a valid, active, next available plant tag to use. So let's tap Create 100 Plantings in Canix and see what happens. And once we hit Submit, it should go through the process. You'll see that the progress of submitting to Canix, you might even see some movement in the top center of the screen, but once it's done, you'll have the check mark next to submitting to Canix, and there'll be a green check mark in the box for Done. No matter the phase, when plants end up dying, they need to be destroyed. We're going to tap Destroy Plants, the red square. This will give us 2 options to choose from. We can either select Immature, which would be destroying 1 or more plants that are tied to a specific plant batch, or a tagged plant in case it's one singled out plant. For us, we're going to select Immature. You'll see Destroy Immature Plants at the top center of the screen, and just like when we created plantings, we'll need to fill all this information out. Starting with the plant batch tag, if the physical tag is by you, use the barcode scanner. Or if it's quickest, just remember the last 4 digits. Mine are 0332, and it automatically populates the information from that plant batch tag. The batch type, strain, the number of immatures, and the date that plant batch was created. Now, out of the 100 immatures in this specific plant batch, we're going to say the number that need to be destroyed is about 20. And if we scroll down to give a reason, we'll say they just died due to disease. And then we'll put the date that we are destroying these plants. Now, when you are destroying plants, this is usually a few weeks into the planting process because you're giving your immatures time to see if they grow. So we're actually going to make this date April 15th. Once everything is filled out, we are going to tap on Destroy 20 Immature Plants in Canix. It will ask, are you sure? And please remember, once you hit Submit, this information cannot be modified. Canix does all of the work on the back end, and in a matter of moments, that data is submitted to Canix. We have just destroyed 20 immature plants from our plant batch ending in 0332. Once your plants have matured a bit, you're going to want to move them into the vegetative phase. We will tap on the Growth Phase Vegetative button, the first orange square. In the vegetative phase, each individual planting will need its own unique tag. This will help you when it's time to harvest. We will start first by scanning the plant batch tag. Or if you remember the last 4 digits of the batch tag, you could just go ahead and type those in. Ours is 0332. And it will auto-populate this information: the batch type, strain, and the number of immatures. Remember, we destroyed 20 plants earlier, so we are down from 100 immatures to 80. With the starting plant tag, this is going to be the first tag on each individual plant. And the next available tag is 0333. So the ending plant tag number will be allocated after we determine the number of plants we will be moving into the vegetative phase. For this phase, and even maybe the flowering phase, which we will go over in a moment, you might have separate rooms determined and designated for vegetative and flowering. You could search for that room by using the search bar at the top of the screen. For us, we are just going to use Grow Room 1. Now we are going to input the number of plants we are going to move from immature to vegetative. We've selected 10, and you'll notice that the ending plant tag ends in 0342. Your starting plant tag always counts as 1, not 0. We'll select the date a few weeks later, around April 30th, and then we'll hit Confirm. Now we will select at the bottom, Change Growth Phase in Canix. It will ask if you're sure. Once you submit this change, it cannot be modified. Canix will make updates on the back end, and after waiting a few moments, you'll know the submission has been complete by looking for the 2 check marks, one next to Progress Submitting to Canix, and the second in the Done green button. So we have successfully moved 10 of our immature plants from batch 0332 to the vegetative growth phase. You can move individual plants from immature to flowering or from vegetative to flowering. It just varies state by state. We're going to tap on Growth Phase Flowering, the second orange square. It's going to ask us which plants do we want to select. We can either do individual tagged plants or we can filter by room, batch, or strain. For this example, we're going to filter by room, batch, or strain. Now you're going to hit the drop-down arrow across from the word Filters. This is going to show you exactly how you can narrow down the individual plants you want to move into flowering. For this example, we will filter by batch. We can type our strain in the search bar. We know we're going to use cookie dough because we have 10 plants currently in the vegetative state. So you'll see all 10 individual plantings with their tag numbers listed below. Maybe I just want to select 2 or 3 individual plants. I could tap on the plant specifically, and the check marks will be highlighted. If I change my mind, I can just tap on the Select None button, and they'll all disappear. So then let's say I want all 10 plantings to be selected. When you hit Select All, you'll see all 10 individual vegetative plantings are highlighted. And what we can do is we can pick a date. We'll say around May 31st. Then the app is going to ask us, after confirming the date, if we want to change the room location. In this instance, we will just keep these items in the grow room. So we will tap no. Then it will say, are you sure you want to submit the growth phase change? Once you do this, it cannot be reversed. We'll go ahead and submit the growth phase change. And within a few moments, Canix will do an update on the back end. We'll see progress submitting to Canix have that check mark, and we'll see the check mark next to done located on the green button in the small center window. So now we've moved those 10 plants from vegetative to flowering. So in this video, we showed you how to use the plants feature on the Canix mobile app. We guided through how to create plantings, how to destroy plants, how to move plants into the growth phase for vegetative, and how to move plants into the growth phase for flowering. For more tips, tricks, and tutorials, please subscribe to our YouTube channel as we are uploading new training videos weekly. If you would like to review more information about our product or see it in action, feel free to reach out to us at canix.com.